Hello students, welcome to the NIRS education, and today let us continue the lesson, the best Christmas present in the world. In our previous session we came to know that on the Christmas day both German soldiers and England soldiers, they were gathering in the no man's land, and after that German officer Hans Cole, he came towards England officer Jim McPherson and he introduced himself, and after that Jim introduced himself to Hans Cole, and after that they talked about different matters and they shared their food and drinks, and at the same time all the other soldiers, they were also drinking together, talking, laughing, smoking, like this. They were spending wonderful time on that day, and it was very special day for Jim because he did not have such kind of day in his life till then. Now let us continue the lesson. Then someone, I don't know who, brought out a football. Grey coats were dumped in piles to make goalposts, and the next thing we knew it was Tommy against Fridge out in the middle of no man's land. Yes, then what happened? Someone, even Jim also don't know who is that, brought out a football. Someone brought football there. Great coats were dumped in a piles to make goalposts. Okay, they used their grey coats in order to make goalposts. Goalpost means you have seen while playing the football, there will be goalpost like structure like this, and German, one side there will be German goalpost, another side there will be England goalpost. These England players, they have to send goals to German side, and German soldiers, they have to send their goals to England side. So they made this kind of goal post with the help of their great coats, long coats. And after that it is decided there is match between Pridge and Tommy, means England soldiers and German soldiers were in the no man's land. Hans Wolf and I looked on and cheered, clapping our hands and stamping our feet to keep out the cold as much as anything. Then Hans Wolf and Jim, they were looking all these things. They also became very happy and they were clapping their hands in order to encourage the players and stamping their feet. Stamping means to strike, beat or press forcibly with the bottom of feet. Means they were hitting their feet to the ground. For the two things they were doing like that, in order to keep the cold away as well as in order to encourage the players, means soldiers who are playing football. There was a moment when I noticed our breaths mingling in the air between us. He saw it too and smiled. Jim McPherson, he said, after a while, I think this is how we should resolve this war. Yes, for a moment, Jim observed that the air, it is mingling, the breath mingling in the air between us. Same air, both of them are breathing. It means there is no essential difference between a German soldier and England soldiers. Both of them are human beings, both of them are breathing the same air. He saw it too and smiled. And Hans Wolf also observed that and he smiled. Jim McPherson, he said, after a while, yes, after a while, after a small time, he said, I think this is how we should resolve this war. He said, this is the way to resolve this war. What do you mean by resolve? Resolving, to find solution to a problem. In this way, we have to solve the problems of war. What is that way? See that. A football match, no one dies in a football match. No children are orphaned, no wives become widows. See here, beautiful suggestion he is giving. Suppose if there is any conflict between two countries, there must be a football match. In the football match, who will win, based on that problem should be solved. Instead of making war, games are better. There should be games. They have to conduct game between two countries. Based on that, they should get solution for that problem instead of making war. If they do like that, what happens? See that. No one dies in football match. Suppose if there is football match, in the football match, no one is going to die. Suppose if there is war, many people will die, many soldiers will die. But if there is football match, there will not be death. No children are orphaned. The children of soldiers, even sometimes common people also, they will be affected by the war. Those children, they are going to lose their parents because of war. But if there is football match, there will not be such thing. No children, they are not going to lose their parents. Okay, they will not become orphan. No wives become widows. The wives, they are not going to lose their husbands. They will not become widows. See here, very beautiful idea he is suggesting. Instead of war, there should be football match in order to resolve or to find solution to the problems between two countries. Who is telling like this? Hans Wolf. He is telling this one. I would prefer cricket, I told him. Then we Tommies would be sure of winning probably. We laughed at that and together we watched the game. Sad to say, Connie, Bridge won 2-1. But as Hans Wolf generously said, our goal was wider than theirs, so it wasn't quite fair. Yes. Then Jim says, suppose if you want to conduct game, I prefer what? Cricket. Because in Germany, football is famous. In England, cricket is famous. So, Jim is suggesting, instead of football, I prefer cricket. Because we know that game very well. You know football well, but we know cricket well. That's why I prefer cricket. Then we Tommies could be sure of winning probably. Then we will have possibility to win the match. If there is football match only, then there is chance for German soldiers to win always. If there is cricket, probably Tommy means England soldiers, they can win. We laughed at that. Then both of them laughed for that, and together we watched the game. Then they started to watch the game. Sad to say, Connie, Bridge won 2-1. And Jim expressed his sadness because in that football match, Bridge won, means German soldiers won. German team won. They made 2 goals. They sent ball to England goal post 2 times. They made 2 goals. Whereas England soldiers were able to send only 1 ball to the German goal post. But as Hans Wolff generously said, our goal post was wider than theirs, so it wasn't quite fair. But this man, who Hans Wolff, he did not want to hurt Jim McPherson or England soldiers. So he told that actually German goal post was wider, and England goal post was a wider one. That's why German soldiers, they sent the goals easily to that post. So the match was not fair. It was not a fair one. It was not a correct one. That's why Germans won the match. Like that, Hans Wolff, he is trying to console England soldiers, especially Jim. It means he did not want to hurt England soldiers and Jim. Okay students, let us stop here and we shall continue in the next session. Thank you for watching the video.